welcome to Inbox with Julia Cosby. On this futuristic episode, we're talking virtual reality. If you're not familiar with the concept yet, it's very interesting. Using interactive software and hardware, virtual reality devices expose the user to realistic images, sounds, and other sensations that replicate a real environment and stimulate the user's physical presence in the environment. Now we're joined with Vanessa from YULIO,
Hello.
Virtual Reality. So tell me, what is in front of me right now?
Right, so what is in front of you is a Samsung Gear virtual reality headset and a Google Cardboard.
This one's the Samsung.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's a Google Cardboard virtual reality headset, and that's a 360 camera.
Okay, so what are the difference between these two? They're both glasses, they're goggles.
Right. So this one works only for Samsung, and the other one is just for iPhone. So virtual reality right now made it very user-friendly for all phones that's available in the marketplace right now.
Okay, so why is this one made of cardboard and this one made of plastic? It looks a little more heavy duty, but what's the difference?
So the main difference is with the Samsung Gear, you're more immersed in the space. You feel as if you are in the space. With the Google Cardboard, yes, you're still immersed. It's just less quality, as we may say.
Okay, so with this one, do you hear sounds and versus this one? This one, I guess, you would just put your phone inside of here.
Exactly.
And with this one, are you putting your phone in here, or is it built in?
The phone is actually inside, as you can see.
Okay.
Yeah. And just attach it, and you can actually hear sounds with that too. So right now in virtual reality, you could even watch Netflix.
Oh,
exactly.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So I remember when I was looking through the glasses, it showed two different screens that were pretty similar. So how would you watch Netflix with these?
With that, it's as if in the phone it's two screens, but when the headset is on, it's one screen, it's one view. So you're immersed in that episode that you're watching. You can hear the sounds. You can even try and feel things.
Wow, that's interesting how it works, but I'm just thinking, Netflix, do they have a virtual reality component that they built in to their streaming system, or is it just like the regular Netflix, so you can watch TV off of here? Is it the same kind of thing? Or?
Because virtual reality is in demand right now, it's a hot topic. Mm-hmm. All sports media are getting in front of the race to start creating applications for Samsung Gear VR virtual reality. So audiences can watch in Netflix, can watch the news, and for YULIO, we created it specifically for architects and designers to show their clients their virtual reality project.
Are you making these programs just for the showrooms or for development that's already been made and they just want to see the design aspects?
Right, so there's actually two cases here. So that's such a great question, because our client is Dream Unlimited, one of the biggest real estate here in Canada. They've actually developed a virtual reality showroom where they had a project of 800 acres of space and showcasing those landscape design parks, pathways, trails of a city in Saskatoon. They're building a new city. And to showcase that to potential home buyers, they created a virtual reality showroom, having these headsets in podiums where audiences can look inside the space, feel the development of the city.
So is this like Google Maps? What's the difference between your company and what Google Maps is doing?
Google Maps is static images. What we are empowering is being immersed in the space. So we also work with panoramic 360 photos.
So how are you building all these images? So I see you guys have the 360 camera, but how is that working? I can see that it has two lenses. Yes. I don't see I know that some 3D printing companies where they take a picture of someone, there's 100 cameras. This is just one. How is this working?
So all you would have to do is select the function at the top, and so that would turn on. And all you would have to do is take a shot, and it would take a 360 photo, and that.
Yes, this would slice you in half.
Exactly.
So I can't stand here.
No, you can't. It will slice you in half. So that's not a good idea. But so this is what most of our real estate clients are using. They would take a picture of a space, and showcase it to their potential clients, and it saves them time, the real estate agents scheduling visits, and it saves the client time and effort to narrow down the choices of what they're viewing.
Okay, actually, that reminds me of like international business and what you guys are probably doing with it. I can imagine that a lot of business people, if they're investing in real estate, which is a really popular thing right now, if they're overseas, that would be really hard for them to fly over here. But I guess with virtual reality, you guys could just show them what the property looks like and they would save the trip.
Correct.
Do you find that that's happening?
Oh yes, for sure. We are getting our clients, customers, thanking us because what we've made is a scalable feature for everyone across the globe. It's on your smartphone. You can view it anywhere in the world. So that's what we made virtual reality for, a mobile virtual reality platform.
So are you guys making virtual reality for like hotels in like different countries and like tourist spots that people might be interested in visiting? Do you think that there's a market for that?
There's definitely a market for that. That's one of our roadmaps. Right now our focus is mainly real estate, architecture, and design, but there is a big hot topic in the hotel and vacation marketplace. For sure.
A lot of people in like different countries, as you were saying, they're not in the area. How are they seeing the different environment, the neighborhood perhaps? How would that be able to be done?
Yes, of course. So we also tailor with interior and exterior spaces. So for example, there would be a condo listing, let's say, and they have a view of the window. That can be viewed as well in virtual reality. It all depends on the architect and the designer's design of how they want to show the space.
Well, there's no house yet, or there's no environment for these new developments. How are they making them?
So for the unbuilt spaces, so now we talked about built and now we're talking about unbuilt space. For the unbuilt spaces, architects and designers are used to doing 3D model designs. So all they would have to do is input those designs through YULIO, creating a virtual reality space for their clients to view unbuilt spaces, pre-built spaces.
Are they still having showrooms? Because I feel like showrooms are going to disappear now. But like I know there's so many different mediums that real estate developers are using. So I know that there's drawings that I see a lot.
Right.
There's graphic designs. There's all these different mediums. Do you think it's just going to all switch over to virtual reality now?
Soon, that may happen. Showrooms may not exist anymore, and everyone will probably have a virtual reality experience of their new soon-to-be houses.
What do you think the advantage of virtual reality versus still life is in regards to real estate?
Right. So with still life, there is no emotional connection to an image. When you're looking at an image, you don't feel as if you're in the space. But with virtual reality, you're really immersed in the space. So you get that emotional response from your client or from your customer.
Okay, so does it just provide images, or is there sound too? Is there like, you know, when you go into those 3D movie theaters and it moves your seat all around, is it like an experience like that that you guys are working on, or can this do that kind of thing?
We don't work with simulations. This is purely stitched images that creates a panoramic view. So it's as if you're in that whole space, just like a 360 camera.
But you guys are working on sound, right?
Yes, that's our next roadmap. We'll be working on sounds, which is great because real estate agents can record walking their clients through the space and directing them where to go. And that's one of our roadmaps, yes.
So can the average Canadian do this, or would it be too expensive? Say if someone wanted a sunroof on their house and they just want to see what it would look like. Is it affordable? What are the price points like? Or is this strictly like commercial? Is it too expensive?
It's very cost effective and indeed very affordable for the average Canadian. And for architects and designers, all architects and designers would have to do is create their 3D model and upload that to YULIO, and it's a very minimal cost on their end since they already have CAD tools that they already use. So it's not a lot of effort. It's just one extra step to create and view virtual reality.
So how does this work with the CAD files? Does it have to, I know 3D Max would make something similar. Right. Does it have to be specific programs? What are those programs?
Yeah, right now we tailor to SketchUp, Revit, Rhino, and 3ds Max, as you
wow.
mentioned.
That's a lot.
A lot of them, exactly. And that's why we're very universal in that.
And they all render the same? Is there one that renders better, or?
Yeah, it depends on the architect's needs, and we all tailor that with YULIO.
So what's the process like from the client approaching? How do they even find you guys?
So our clients,
is it just like referral?
Referrals, of course, yeah, and we're big on social media, and so what we work with referrals, and people would look YULIO up on the website, and yeah, and see what we've done. And we've done several projects with Ryerson, and that's one of actually our biggest.
You guys have a collaboration with them?
Yes, we do.
How is that working? What are they doing for you guys? What are you guys doing for them? Are you taking students for internships? Right. What's the collaboration like? Is it just an internship program? Or?
No, actually, what Ryerson has done is that they're one of the leading universities here in Canada, and their architectural science program basically used virtual reality and YULIO as a core part of their curriculum.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. It's incredible. What they did is students would showcase their assignments at the end of each semester. And we did, one of the faculty members, an award-winning architecture professor, Vincent Hui, is implementing the virtual reality platform for Ryerson. What we found is that students currently would showcase their designs to their professors and their audience through 3D printed models, as you mentioned. But we found that virtual reality made the professors and their audience immersed in that space.
What are they doing for you guys? Are they working for you guys afterwards? Do they have the potential to work for you guys at YULIO?
It's a collaboration. So we want to learn from them of how to improve YULIO, of course, and how it would generate skill sets for students in the future. We believe the future of architects and designers would need the skill set to use virtual reality technology.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure on you.
That is a lot of pressure on the student.
To make things user-friendly as well, because their grades are depending on what you do.
We have had close contact with our clients to get their feedback, what works and what doesn't work. So we made our platform very cost-effective and mobile-friendly so that everyone can use it. It's available to the public, and that is our core mission.
How is virtual reality helping people make decisions? We were talking earlier about the sunroof and seeing how something would fit into an environment, but how else, like from an interior decorating standpoint, exterior decorating, anything?
In that case, let's say a home buyer is buying a house, and there's a real estate listing that says 50 by 30 feet backyard. To some people, that doesn't mean anything, right? But what we made is that when you put in the virtual reality headset, when everyone sees and feels the size of the space, they're more likely to purchase that space.
Are you guys like going to be able to like order Uber off of here or order furniture? Like if you see something you like, are you going to be able to order it?
Wow, that's a lot of demand and a great question to ask. That would be in our roadmap if we put that on our wish list.
that would be so smart from an advertising standpoint.
Would be great, yes. What we found useful right now is a lot of our clients are asking for annotations. So for example, Julia, you're talking to a designer, I don't like that granite countertop, I don't like that. Then you can actually annotate and tell the architect, I prefer another material. So for the architect and the designer, they can see already and get immediate, faster.
This is going to help with a lot of those really picky people who just hate everything. It's like, okay, well, you design it. It's like before, like you spend all that money on like building and constructing something, you can actually see it. If you don't like it, you can like click, change to the color, and there you go. And the person can be like hopefully satisfied. Hopefully. Have you seen those home improvement shows where like the wife just hates everything and she's like, no, I want to go to a different house. I want to see this other house. No, that roof is too tall. That door is too wide. It's just like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think this is going to help a lot with the really picky people. How many people do you think non-commercially are using this right now?
I would say it's, as I mentioned, it's a hot topic. So even IKEA and Lowe's
IKEA
and Lowe's has released a virtual design tool. So it's not virtual reality, but virtual design tool.
How are they doing that? Like online, they drag and drop?
Drag and drop furniture to see what fits and what works. And that, we believe the next step for IKEA and Lowe's is virtual reality.
That would be a really good investment anyways for them to do that, because it's a lot of people doing home improvement and they want to see what they're up to. And okay, that's really smart. Is there anything that you'd like to add about this? Like, these glasses are pretty cool. Can anyone get them? Are they expensive to get?
Oh, it's so affordable right now. The race to virtual reality right now, all the equipments, headsets, cameras are getting cheaper by the minute. Okay. So it's very affordable, and anyone can we'll just need a smartphone and a headset.
Do you find that there's a bit of a stigma around virtual reality, that people, like, say old people are afraid to use, and they're like, I don't know, like, this is the way I've always done everything? Do you think that there's a stigma around it?
You'd be so surprised. We've been testing over 100 people with our product, and our oldest would be, I guess, 85 years old, who used our virtual reality software.
And what are their reactions like, especially the older generation?
Yes, they're amazed at how simplified it is, and they're wowed by being immersed in that space, and they're like, wow, I'm really in this space, and they're playing around.
How like realistic do you think virtual reality will get?
It's gonna be a set tool that you'll need to go about your everyday life, from consumer, from retail, housing decisions, education. It is the next big thing, and people should watch out.
Education. So do you think students are going to be using that as like say history lessons? They can go back in history and like explore the rooms, or explore like a world war or something, and they can like kind of experience what that would be like. Is that something that you guys are looking to do?
Definitely. Right now our focus would be on design and architecture, but maybe delve into the world of, you know, history for education soon.
So there's a lot of people in different like art schools who are using 3D Max. Will they just be able to use it and create one of these files to send to you guys to get rendered?
Correct. It's actually a do-it-yourself. They don't even have to send it to us. They can do it themselves in the comfort of their home.
Do you guys have any competition with the States? Because I would think they're always on top of everything in regards to technology, or even like Israel. They're very tech savvy. So do you find that those countries are coming out with companies who are direct competitors with you? What are your advantages towards them?
So yes, there is a race for virtual reality right now, but our great and biggest advantage is a mobile virtual reality platform. So it's so easy. Upload the YULIO app and showcase your designs on the phone. All you need is a smartphone and a headset, and view it anywhere in the world. And we made it very cost effective, and we can also showcase 360 photos and unbuilt spaces of the 3D models design.
So can someone basically just even take a picture of where they are and take like a kind of like a 360? They just move their tripod and send it to you guys. Could they make a virtual reality set? Yeah. Would that be doable?
That would be doable, yeah. They can do it themselves easily. Just take a picture with a 360 camera, and bam, you have a virtual reality.
But like without the 360 camera, are they able to do that if they have, say, a camera on a tripod and they're just moving it to different spots? Are they still able to stitch it together and send it to you guys as long as it's stitched?
Yes, but that's more of a lengthy process. What Google Cardboard has done is democratize virtual reality. They've released a Google Cardboard app for iOS and for Android. And so anybody can, you don't need a 360 camera.
What's Google Cardboard? Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's a Google Cardboard is an application on your phone where you literally just take a picture of a panoramic view of the space and upload it to YULIO in virtual reality.
Oh, very nice. Well, welcome to the future.
Exactly. Welcome to the future.
Thank you for coming on this show. And you've been watching Inbox with Julia Cosby.
#1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.